Hello guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, my name is Glory. Today's video is a continuation of our previous video, being authentic. Okay, and if you haven't watched the previous video, in order for you to be able to catch up with what we're talking about in this video, I would advise that you just take a few minutes to watch the previous video talking about being authentic. Okay, without further ado, you know how we do what we do. Let's dive into the video. In the first part of this video, it's going to be talking about how can we be authentic. Now, if you feel like you've lost your authenticity, you don't understand who you are anymore, you can't really say who you are because of so many things that have happened. Perhaps you've been influenced, you're trying to be like someone such that you've lost yourself in the process, or you're even trying to please someone. There are people in relationships where they tend to lose who they truly are because they're trying to fit in, they're trying to please their partner. You tend to lose yourself in the process. So the first step is, how do you become authentic? How do you retrace your step? How do you discover your uniqueness? How do you even get back to that point? There are some people that they know their uniqueness, but along the line they lost it and they don't know how to get back to that point. So this is what the first part of this video is going to be focusing on. The first question is, how do you become authentic? First is discover who you are. Discover who you are. Now, discovering who you are, you need to ask yourself a series of questions. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in terms of morals, in terms of interaction? What do you believe in? The next question you should ask yourself is, what is your passion? Passion has a great deal when it comes to you being unique. What is your passion? Ask yourself. When I was growing up, was it music? Was it art? Was it being a doctor? Where am I now? Can I still go back? Or how do I find happiness in what I'm currently doing? Next is, what about your style? As human, we have different senses, especially now when social media seems to influence a lot of people continuously. What is your original sense of style? Was it conservative? What is your current sense of style? Has it really shifted too much away from that? How much am I exposing? Am I really going to be proud of this 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? Will my kids be proud of this? Is this truly the kind of image, when I look at myself 10 years ago, did I originally want to put out there or not? Ask yourself those honest questions. So the first is, discover who you are. The next is, have a deep conversation between your authentic self and your adaptive self. Your adaptive self is the person you are now, which is not the true you. I watched a movie where, it's sort of, I don't know how to describe this movie, but it was really interesting. It's a Korean movie where there's this lady that has two personalities. One, she tends to switch personalities, and she can easily, like, if she sleeps and wakes up, she assumes another personality. So I'll assume that your adaptive self is a different person that is not you, and you have your true self. Have a true conversation. Sit back, ask yourself. It's just still follow up of my first point, which is discover who you are. Ask yourself, let your adaptive self access your true self honest questions. I'm being rude. Is this really what I want? Or have I just been watching Big Brother and I see people being rude and I feel like, oh, being rude is going to make you trend and you're going to chase cloud or cloud chasing and you're going to have followership or things like that. Sometimes, my dear, followers does not totally translate to money. It's popularity. Meanwhile, you could still be broke. So ask yourself honest question. These things I'm doing, like, what is the purpose for it? Am I really getting the purpose? There are some people, like, they are doing what they're doing, but they're not still happy because they felt like they're going to get a particular result So since you're not getting that result, why don't you go back to being who you truly are, which is very respectful, the very open-minded, cheerful person, So let your true self have a conversation with your adaptive self. Honest conversation. Bring it everything to the table. Let your true self ask your adaptive self some honest questions. And your adaptive self will really not be able to answer that. And with that, you'll be like, pack up and go. I'm going back to my true authentic self. The next is start your mind building process. Being unique entails a lot. Sometimes when you're unique, you're different. You'll be ridiculed. So many people will talk because they don't really understand, and that is okay because people tend to fight what they don't understand. Now, it's left for you to be able to train your mind to be able to resist those pressures when they come your way. It's for you to train your mind to be able to withstand all those pressure, because believe me, they are going to come from friends, from families. They're going to come because they don't understand what you're doing, what you're all about. So you need to start your mind building process. Now, let me take for example, say you are someone that drink say 20 bottles a week, and your friend knows you for that. Like, you just do this thing because you're always with your friends, and you just go with the flow. And at the point where you say, no, I have to stop this, it's not really adding to my life, it's not really adding positively to anything, and you say, no, I'm going to drink one bottle, and just imagine you being with your friends that already used to seeing you drink 20 bottles. They will tend to criticize you, they will laugh at you. So you need to start building your mind to be able to withstand all those criticisms when they come your way. The next is develop the courage to face your fears. Develop the courage to face your fears. Now, this goes to some of you who've probably experienced abusive situations, and that has turned to influence who you truly are. You're behaving a certain way because of the trauma from past, abusive experiences you've had. You need to develop the courage to face your fears, because no one can do it for you. It's sad, it's bad, it is really not easy, but it's something which you have to do if you have to live in your true self. It's something which you have to do if you have to live in your true self. And you should always remember that living in your true self, you'll be free from anxiety, you'll be free from the pressure of trying to meet up or trying to defend a kind of person which you are not, or trying to live up to some kind of expectations. You generally be free once you are yourself. The next and very important is love yourself. Irrespective of whatever it is, love yourself. From this, I'm going to dive into the advantages of being authentic. So after all the brouhaha and everything, it's very important for you to know why you should be authentic and the benefits of this. Let's dive into it. So the first benefit of being authentic is it's a sign of high self-esteem. Now, if you feel like you've stayed true to yourself, irrespective of the pressure from friends, from family, from social media, and all what's not, then you should know you have a high self-esteem. So because of that, I'm going to give you a round of applause. Welcome to the team. The second advantage of being authentic is you can become a legend. Don't you want to be like Two-Face or Michael Jackson, like some of you are trying to be, or Beyonce, or whosoever it is in your industry? You could be more than them. Like, if you stay true to yourself, when you're 150 years old and you've left this earth, people will be able to remember you for something authentic, something unique, something which could be attributable to you alone. For example, look at Fela's music. Years after he's passed on, we still hear about Fela and all of that because they were just unique. Okay, I hope that when I'm 150 years old and I leave this earth, I'll be remembered for something unique. The next advantage of being authentic is you can also become a role model. Like all those people you're looking up to, you also find people that will start looking up to you to gain one or two things from you. Okay, so that is exciting. I want to be people's role model. The reason I do what I do, I want to be able to inspire people. The next advantage of being authentic is you receive recognition, not just any type of recognition, but receive recognition from high value people. Like you find people that are unique, that has been invited by different kind of personalities, different countries, and things like that. People want to associate with you. People want their names to be attributed, that whenever their names are mentioned, your name is also mentioned. There are some people, we are humans, we just like good things. People like to associate with good things or things which they feel like has worth. When you are authentic, you have worth, and people will want to associate with you. Isn't that exciting? The last, which I also feel is very, very important, is there is a sense of fulfillment and a sense of satisfaction. Now, all these other advantages I feel like would not really merge up to this, because on your own, if you have this fulfillment, like you're not struggling to be like someone else, you're not trying to meet up, you're not stressing yourself about some certain things because you're just true. And I'm going to leave a disclaimer. Some people, when they talk about being authentic, they'll misinterpret it to being rude or things like, I don't know, like this our generation, we tend to twist things a lot. Now you find people make statements like, I'm just being myself, especially when they're being rude, when they're being condescending, they'll just be like, I'm just being myself. No, being authentic talks about you being true to your core values, and I want to strongly believe that one of the core values is being respectful, having respect for humans, for your fellow humans, having human sympathy, having that natural love. Okay guys, so I'm going to end here today. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to click the notification bell and like my videos so that it gets recommended to others. Do not forget to subscribe. Until next time, it's your girl. Please stay blessed. Bye.